Okay. Hello, everyone. It's Olivia.
And Sophia.
And welcome back to Status Teenage. This is the second episode.
Official episode,
yeah. So today we've decided we're going to talk about self-care. The many different ways to care for yourself. So, let's just talk about how our weeks have been, because it's been a wild one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about it first?
No, you go first.
Okay, so basically, I've just been working a lot. I've really, had, no downtime. I never respond to people. I literally never, have time for anybody. It's, really hard. I'm always working. I literally just finished a 9-hour shift. It's been hard. I need a break. I need to
you
catch
look tired.
a break. Right? The past few days I've been waking up at 7:30 in the morning, going to work for 10, and then not leaving until 7. Actually, Saturday I went in at 12 and ended at 9:30. It's been crazy. It's been so insane. Cuz it's back to school, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's going back to school. It's so insane. Your turn.
Well, let's just start with I have been trying to apply for jobs, and I have a good feeling about this one that I'm applying to, so hopefully one day soon I'll be in Olivia's situation.
No, you don't want to be in my situation.
But I want money, I'm broke.
I know you want money, but don't overwork yourself. It's really not worth it. Think about it though.
I know,
you're gonna overwork yourself for an extra $100, but your feet are hurting and your knees are literally breaking. But I think that your job won't be so
my
hard.
job will be something the part-time job that I want the most I've applied to and I really, really want is the one I think I'm the best fit for, and is the one that'll
Which position did you apply for?
Sales associate.
Oh my god, that's what I am. So have fun.
But it's a calmer store.
Yeah, I guess.
It's definitely a calmer environment.
Because I stalk all the time, and it's very hard on my body.
Well, I'll probably be doing that too, but it'll be with So I'm not gonna say where I've applied to, but I really hope I get it. Besides that, though, I slept over at my friend Angel's house this weekend, so it was really fun, but, I'm happy to be home, and this is where the drama really comes in. If you guys want to hear a story, me and my friend Alex were supposed to go to the beach on Friday, I think it was.
You did end up going to the beach.
Thursday. We did end up going to the beach. But, okay, so let's start in the morning. I woke up at 8 o'clock. Went to the shower, showered, got out of the shower. I'm feeling fine, right? Trying a few bathing suits, Start not feeling too fine. Can't breathe. I can't breathe. So I walk down the stairs, and I go up to my dad, and I pass out.
Oh.
So...
I shouldn't be laughing, but
it's so funny.
You really went unconscious or whatever.
I went fully unconscious. So, well, not fully. I could still hear everything that was going on around me. And I was wearing nothing but a bikini top and a towel. Nothing underneath the towel. So I was holding the towel up. I was still awake. I still had enough strength to hold up my towel. So they sit me down. The ambulance comes, whatever. The ambulance checks my vitals while I'm wearing nothing but a bikini top and a towel around my waist. Then everything's fine. The ambulance is still in front of my house. And Alex apparently didn't know that me and my mom were going to pick him up to go to the beach. So his mom and him drive to my house with the ambulance still in front of my house. No clue what's going on. And they're Alex is like, Sophia, why is there an ambulance here? What's going on? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'll tell you about it later. So I get ready, get my bathing suit on, and what do? I still go to the beach.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because we were planning it for so many weeks. I'm not gonna not go. I mean, it probably wasn't the smartest idea, since consider I passed out probably from the heat of the shower, and I go to the beach.
You know what though? At least you had fun.
Yeah.
At least you had
fun. We did have fun. Finn was there. My dog.
Yeah.
It was a vibe.
And that's why you should take care of yourself.
Well, yeah, now you're gonna hear about self-care from two professionals.
Yeah, we're not... You know what the thing is, though? I definitely feel like self-care comes in so many different ways, and, like, there's so many different forms of it. Like, we could talk about,
yeah, we're
like...
still the least qualified to talk about this topic.
But yet you said professional.
I wasn't being serious, I was being sarcastic.
So, basically, I want to talk about, like our body care. You know what I mean? Like, considering we're talking about, like, how things hurt our body or, like, are harming our body, right? Like, for you, I think you just need to take colder showers. Like, I think you just need to, like, make it warm instead of hot. Like, I take really hot showers, too. No, like, I agree. It's just, it's better that way. But you know how many times that I've almost passed out? Like, I had to, like, end my shower mid-shower because I almost passed out.
The thing is that they came, like the paramedics came and they're like, well, it's not like you took a hotter shower than you usually do. It's just some days it affects you more than others. So I haven't even had like a dizzy spell after getting out of the shower for like 3 years. Because I had one in grade 9, and then I also had one a few months later because of the formaldehyde from the frog shit. Because you had to dissect the frogs. You know when you had to dissect the frogs in grade 9?
Oh.
Or grade 10. Oh, it was 2 years ago. Yeah. So it made me dizzy and I almost passed out then. But, like, I haven't got a dizzy spell like that for, like, a year after getting out of the shower. And to completely pass out, the paramedics just said that sometimes, like it'll affect your nerves. Or, I don't know, I'm not professional, but this is just, like, what I remember them saying. I was also, like, half conscious. So, take what I say with a grain of salt, but...
See, for me, like... I worked a lot I still, like, have to work a lot this week, actually. I work a 9-hour shift in 2 days. By the time that this is up, though, I will be done the shifts. But when this comes out the morning of, I have a shift. So I'm working a lot, like, so much that my body can't really keep up with it because, like, I went for months, like, during quarantine, like, months and months and months, doing, like, almost close to nothing. Absolutely nothing. The most I would do is, like, go on a walk with a friend of mine or, like, play piano or read. Something very minimal that is not... It's not, like, hard. You know what I mean? Like, nothing that my body can't handle. And then I spring up into this, like... work mode, and all I'm doing is working and stocking boxes, climbing ladders. Like, my social battery runs out like 3 hours into my shift, and all I'm doing is talking to customers the entire time. Like, for example, today, this one teacher, because we have like teacher discounts and stuff, back to school, a lot of teachers are like buying their stuff. This teacher comes in and she says, hey, like, I need 16 of these hard case pencil cases, right? But I need the top to be blue. And
why?
And because she wanted all of her students to have like the same pencil case color. So I tell her, I go, okay, well, let's get the ones from the bins, and then we'll get the ones from the bins in the front, and then we'll find where these other blue ones are gonna be. She pulls out maybe 2 from the bins, and I have to or no, she didn't even pull out any 2 blue ones. She pulled out the clear ones. She said I wanted blue. So I ended up giving her 18 blue ones, but I had to climb a ladder and climb into like our stock area and pull out these boxes. And I had to open 6 boxes, and I pulled out 3 blue ones from each. It was a lot of work. It literally took so long. And a bunch of people were like asking me for like, oh, like, there's nothing on the shelves. Can you see if you have it like above? Because we have like a stock area above the shelves. Mm-hmm. And so like I had to pull out so many things from there, and there was just so much that I had to do. Like, mind you, my job, it's not like annoying. It's just really like stressful.
Yeah.
A lot, well, especially now. Like, a lot is happening back to school time. It's so chaotic. I'll be doing stuff and like my body will be so tired, like I can barely stand. You know what I mean? Like, or I'm like moving a ladder and customers will be everywhere in my way, or like, I don't know, like my feet just hurt so bad all the time. Like my knee joints are like losing it. Like The soles of my feet are like swollen. Like it's bad. I've worked so much. I've worked the last 3 days. It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, the place I applied to probably won't be as intense. Let's hope. And hope I get it. But part-time jobs is another topic for another time.
Yeah, it really is. But the thing is like, it's mandatory, you know what I mean? Like, unless you don't want to get a part-time job because, like, I don't know, you just don't want the responsibility, then that's on you. But, like, part-time jobs are, like, a good thing.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
But we'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah. So, anyway, body care. I feel like it's always important to exercise. Like, personally, we don't exercise.
I don't do it.
I mean, you know what the thing
you
is?
You should, but
no, you know what?
We don't.
I think that I do exercise a lot, though, because I'm always at work. Like, it always goes back to work. I went from doing, like, literally nothing and sitting on my bed for, like, 24 hours, or, like, we'll say 22 hours, and then I go from doing, like, 6 to 9 hour shifts, and I'm just running around the store. Like, especially today, I was running around everywhere. So I do get a lot of exercise, and I do, like, run around a lot. But it's against my will, so I don't know.
It's not like exercise.
It's not like weights. I enjoy the exercise. Like, that's just my way of getting around. Like, I'm not gonna get around in a cart with somebody, like, driving me around the store. You know what I mean?
Olivia has one of those, like cars you buy from Toys R Us that the little children sit in.
Oh my gosh.
You know, like, I wanted one as a kid so bad.
I had one. I had a Barbie one.
I wanted one so bad.
I had the Barbie one, but my cousins had, like, the army truck one, so I really had two.
I didn't have one. All my cousins were older than me.
Yeah.
So, and I never had one.
It was fun. It really was.
Yeah, I bet. This is why you have your license and I don't. Because you were motivated as a child.
Yeah, because at 6 years old, I was
You were motivated!
I was motivated to drive. Like, I probably didn't even drive the thing. My cousin was probably driving it. Like, I don't know.
No, I'm joking.
I don't know. You know what? There's so many different ways to take care of your body, whether that's, like, exercise or, like, exfoliating.
Not taking hot showers.
Yeah.
Let me give you guys a hint. If you guys feel like passing out, maybe don't walk down 2 flights of stairs like I did.
2 flights? Oh, yeah. You're
I was, like, half unconscious and walked down 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah, that definitely did it for you. What I do is when I'm, like, dying from a hot shower, I just literally sit on the floor of my bathroom as close as I can to the floor because it's cold there, because heat rises, and I feel better. So
the thing is, my mom was also, like, because I was like, putting on bathing suits, so my mom had to, like tie them for me.
Ah, I see.
Because, like, you know, they're, like, their bikinis.
I guess it's worse for you because you're taller than me, therefore you hit the heat, like,
well, yeah, and also my mom was talking while I was like, Mom, please be quiet. I, like, can't breathe right now. And I was like, so she was also making me nervous while I was halfway passing out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, don't do that. That's a tip for body care. Don't do that.
Another thing, exfoliate. I don't care who you are. I don't care how you identify. Exfoliate. Literally,
unless
exfoliate.
you have really bad sensitive skin.
Yeah, if you have, like, really sensitive skin or you have eczema, you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I had really bad eczema, and, you know, maybe don't. Maybe don't use scrubs.
What's that other, like, skin psoriasis? Yeah. Maybe don't exfoliate if you have psoriasis, or maybe you should.
Well, I mean, you can, but maybe just don't use like creams, like exfoliating creams or ointments, because the chemicals in that will fuck up your skin. If it's really bad. Maybe if it's not as bad, then maybe. But I had really bad eczema, and the only thing that worked were prescription creams. So if you guys want to know my skincare routine, face and body, go to the dermatologist and get prescription creams to stop your eczema so that it makes it not painful to live your life.
Yeah. You have I don't know if you have bad eczema, but, like, you say
I don't anymore.
You say you get, like, reactions a lot.
I don't anymore. I get allergic reactions from everything. I don't know why. But that's something different. I'm allergic to I'm not even joking, I'm allergic to the cold weather. I will go out in the winter and I'll, like, have hives all over my legs. But that's another thing. That's not what this is. My eczema was so bad that it hurt to blink. And then I had to leave school one day because it was so painful.
I remember you saying that it hurt to blink. Like, I remember that.
It was excruciatingly painful. And you know what made it worse? Trying to find products that weren't prescription to help. Because a lot of, like, if your eczema's not that bad, you can probably find, like, off-the-shelf products that'll help you. However, I was at a point where no matter how expensive the product, no matter what was in it, water caused my face pain.
Damn.
So if your eczema is, or if you have a skin condition that's extremely bad, just go to the dermatologist. Don't try anything. Wash your face. Don't try anything else. Go to the dermatologist. Because that's all I could do, and that's the only thing that helped me. And now it's better. Now you can't even tell I have it. And now I can put on makeup again. I couldn't put on makeup. Now that my skin's in a place where it won't burn off at like a touch. I actually have like a off the shelf cream that I can use on my face. But it was at such a bad place that nothing I could do worked. Yeah. And that's what really this is kind of a side note, but what really pissed me off at the beginning of the pandemic was when everyone had their masks and were saying, oh, I have a special condition that means I can't wear a mask. Like, bestie, my skin was literally burning off, and the mask made things worse, and I still wore it, and I found an alternative. I found a mask that didn't make my face burn off. I literally had a condition that made it so that I could not wear a mask because I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
Yet I still found a way, and you're gonna sit over here and complain and pretend that you have such a bad condition that you can't wear a mask?
That actually happened to me today at work. Like, these two women came in, and one of my coworkers asked, like, hey, like, if you need a spare mask, like, we have masks for you. And they said that they have a medical condition, and I really, like, they have a medical exemption. That's what they say, right? See, the issue is, though, like, I want to know what exemption, like, what medical condition do you have that exempts you from wearing a mask? Because it can't be, like, asthma, because people with asthma wear masks, you know? Like, I have to research it. My skin condition,
my eczema would have been one because it was so severe. But guess what? I didn't want to die of COVID. So you know what? Self-care is wearing a fucking mask and taking the vaccine.
Literally.
That's self-care.
That really is.
You want to know what self-care is? Doing stuff that'll not make you die.
You know what the thing is? Because people always say that, like, the vaccine will, like, kill you, blah, blah, blah. And I understand if you have, like, an autoimmune disease or you're pregnant. Like, I understand. Yeah,
obviously. There's some people that can't take the vaccine.
But the FDA approved the vaccine, and therefore you should... Yeah, they approved Pfizer, yeah. So there should be no, like, if, ands, or buts about Pfizer.
But, like, they don't want to wear a mask. These people don't even want to wear a mask. Is a mask gonna kill you?
I'm suffocating.
It's like your shirt. It's like your shirt's gonna kill you. It's the same thing.
But see, the thing is, right, like, when people, like, you can buy, like, a really thin mask or you can buy a really thick mask. The thing is, if these people want to breathe because they say that, oh, the mask is suffocating me, buy a thin mask because you can breathe through that. It's not effective, but come to the store with a face covering. Do something. You know what I mean? Like, don't just give the
impression, like, to at least be an influence to other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, like, it's so annoying. For me, like, I have to wear a mask at work that is breathable because my first couple weeks of working, I used to wear, like, this thick mask that I could not breathe through. I literally almost passed out because it was so hot in the mask, and I was sweating, and I was literally suffocating, right? Like, I was dying. I couldn't even breathe. And then
but you find ways around it.
You find ways. I'm still wearing a face covering at work. It's just thinner. If you don't want to wear a mask because you say it's suffocating you, wear a mask that's breathable. Like, I know that they're not even hard to find. But like, literally dollar stores have them.
People don't actually care about being able to breathe in the mask because ultimately they know they can find a thinner mask.
But they know it. Do they?
Yes, they just don't want to wear it because they think they're fighting some greater cause.
That's so funny that it's just like these people that don't want to wear the masks are the same people who are unvaccinated and are the same people that take up like beds at hospitals and then, like, cause people who are actually ill to not have a place because they're, like,
those people
stupid.
Don't deserve self-care.
No, it's like...
Don't take care of yourself if you want to take a vaccine. You know what? If you are if you don't believe COVID exists and you won't wear a mask in a store, do not watch our podcast.
Yeah, don't listen to it, bitch. Don't listen
Leave.
to it. You know what?
You are not welcome here.
The issue is, though, is, like, people, like, you can only tell somebody to do something so many times until their ignorance just, like, throws itself in your face. Like, you can only do something, you can only tell somebody wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask so many times. If a person doesn't understand, like, it's natural selection at that point. That's how we're gonna evolve as a species.
Self-care is realizing that you are not fighting some greater cause by not wearing a mask.
Self-care is just taking care of yourself.
Self-care is wearing a mask.
Like, think of, like, you're going into a public institution with people who could very much have COVID and you're not wearing a mask. Like,
But some of these people don't even believe it exists.
Self-care is so many different things. Mental care, body care, psychological and emotional care, all these different kinds of care. And one of them is getting the vaccine or wearing a mask. You know what I mean? Or staying home. Literally stay at home. If you don't want to wear a mask, you shouldn't go out.
Just stay at home. Oh, you know what? When my skin was so bad that it made me painful, it made wearing a mask painful, I stayed at home. Mm-hmm. I didn't go out. And then I found an alternative mask. Got it from Canadian Tire. It's really soft and doesn't irritate my skin. Shout out to Canadian Tire. Now
that I mentioned mental, psychological, and emotional care, let's talk about it. Because along with a lot of things, like, let's say you have eczema, or let's say you're, like, overworking your body, something that takes a toll on your mental health. Nice. I couldn't word it. Like, I knew toll was in there, but, like, I had to figure out which one came first. So, yeah, like, doing all this stuff can take a toll on your mental health, for sure. Like, I know for me, like, I feel like I don't get time for myself, and I feel like I don't get breaks, and this is the exact way that I felt at the beginning of 11th grade. I was so overworked. I was so, like, it was so unbearable that I literally had breakdowns all the time. And, like, one thing that I just need to let everyone know is it's okay to take breaks. Like, it's so, like, if you do something every day, whatever, it's okay to take a break. I'm gonna need this
when school starts.
Yeah.
Because I just got my schedule.
Yeah, good luck.
Rip me. Let's just say rip me.
I can't even, like, find mine yet because
the site is
Oh my god, wait, the site's up. Wait, let me look. Keep talking. I'm gonna look.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna hop back to body health or physical health for a second. One thing I may not exercise, but one thing I'm trying to do to up my physical health is I'm trying to gain weight because I'm extremely skinny. I'm tired of people asking me if I'm anorexic, or have some kind of eating disorder. I don't, but I'm just tired of people, like, bothering me.
But you should
and
do that.
I just want to gain weight for myself.
Yeah, I was just
so I've just been trying to gain weight. I've been trying to eat, like, peanut butter sandwiches every day. And that's all I really know. I
honestly don't even know what you could eat to, like, gain weight. Like, carbs?
I've been eating peanut butter sandwiches, and I've been adding a shit ton of cream to my coffee.
Yeah, I guess. So, like, the site's not loading. That's why I'm here again. But, yeah. Take care of your body. Put, like, good things into your body. Like, I say that as I literally just finished a pizza. But, like, like...
You know what? I had a hamburger today,
I burn off so many calories in a day that I don't even care what I eat when I get home because I'm so hungry. Like, I burn so much when I'm at work. But, anyway... Put good things in your body if you can make an effort to put good things in your body. Like, eat healthy, bro. Literally just eat healthy.
Eat healthy when you can.
Yeah, because
but also don't pressure yourself. If you want a slice of cake, like, once a week, if you feel like you have accomplished something great, you deserve a treat.
Treat yourself. What the heck?
And even if you don't feel like you've accomplished something great, even when you're down in the dumps, you can treat yourself then too. You need some support. Sometimes that comes in the form of food, and you should not feel ashamed for treating yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much more than just, like, eating unhealthy. Like, sometimes it just makes you happy, right? Like, although, like, just do things that you want if it makes you happy.
Listen,
that also goes to mental health.
Life is an illusion. Eat as much cake as you want.
I literally can't even sit comfortably because my legs hurt so bad. Like, it's literally that bad. My hips hurt so much that I literally limp through the aisles. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I need, like, a deep tissue massage or something. Massage. Yeah. But yeah, so that goes along with mental health, your psychological and emotional health. Take breaks.
Don't
rest days are
compromise
fine.
your mental health for your physical health.
Exactly.
Do
things that you enjoy. If that's eating, if that's going on a walk, if that's looking at nature, if that's taking pictures, listening to music, watching YouTube, watching Netflix, anything. Do things that you enjoy to make you happy so that you could boost your mental health and make it so much more positive. Like, with your coping mechanisms, make them like a positive one. Like, I know it's so easy to fall into bad coping mechanisms, and it's so easy to just like harm yourself or punch something, let's say, or like break a wall because it helps you. It's like halfway loaded on this freaking site and it's bothering me. Anyway, just if you develop good coping mequisms, like for example, journaling, and I literally preach this to everybody. I preach this to everybody, and we'll probably have a whole other episode based on journaling when you're like more into it or whatever, so we could share and have more stories.
Olivia got me into journaling. I started when I was younger, and then I just stopped. But now I've gotten into it again, and you know what? Here's a trick from me, who stopped because like I was too intimidated by it. I felt pressure to write every day, and I felt pressure to finish up the pages. Get a small journal, because if you get one that's like not tall, I don't mean thin, I mean like short. Just get a short journal, because you feel so accomplished when you fill up one page and have to go to another. Because the shorter the journal, the more full it feels.
Yes, exactly.
And it won't. If the pages are smaller, you'll feel less intimidated. Don't get like a notebook that you use for notes in class, because then it's like you feel pressured to fill the pages. Like, when the pages are shorter, it's so much easier to like write.
You know what? And it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Like, you know, the thing is with journaling, I've been journaling since I was in 6th grade, so that's gonna be like, this year makes 5 years. That it's so insane to me, because like when I tell people like I journal, some people think that I'm like really weird, because they're like, you journal?
Because you are.
You know what? You're right.
But not because you journal.
So people are like, you know, you're kind of weird for journaling, whatever. But people don't realize that like journaling is like your best friend that just can't talk back to you.
Yeah.
Like, you can spill all of your thoughts, all of your emotions, everything that you feel, bad days at work, drama with friends, all that stuff, and just spill it onto paper, and nobody has to know about it. And but I know that one thing that people worry about is like if a family member is gonna read it.
That's another reason why I usually stop, because my mom went through it.
So what I think
my mom went through my journal.
I think what should happen is you should have like an area where you keep this journal that only you know of. Keep it hidden. You know what I mean?
Or just have a conversation with your parents. Be like, you know what? You know, sometimes they won't listen, and you know what? I'm sorry if they don't. You're gonna have to hide the journal. But you know, if your parents go through your journal and you stop writing, and you come later on in life and you're like, "Hey, Mom, Dad, please stop reading through my journal. This is my private stuff. When I'm ready to come talk to you, I'll come talk to you. But sometimes you don't want me. I know I'm your child, and like I came out of your vagina, but." I still have my own like bodily autonomy, and sometimes I need you still need boundaries, because it's not like I'm asking you for something like a physical object. I'm asking you to not read my mind. It's basically like if every time your parents wanted to talk to you about something, instead of talking to you, they like read your mind. And you don't want that. You have to explain to them, like, yes, you're my parents, and I love you very much, and I'll come talk to you if I need to. But also, like, I don't want... It's still an invasion of privacy. Yeah. Whether or not I came out of you or not. Yeah. This is still my space, and my thoughts are still my own, and I still deserve privacy within my own head.
Exactly. See, the thing is that growing up, I don't think that... like my family has ever read my journal. Like, there was no signs of it, and I used to leave like little traps, and they never like go off, for a lack of a better term, because they never looked at my journals, because I always told them like, hey, I'm journaling because this is therapeutic. You know what I mean? But sometimes journaling just doesn't work for everyone. But journaling just becomes a habit. Like, for example, I've had like a slump for like 2 weeks only because I've been working so much. I keeps going back to work. Like, I'm literally telling you, work is literally my entire life right now. But I chose it pretty much. So anyway.
Well, it's going to get less because it's going to be replaced with school now.
Yeah. So instead of like 4 days a week, it's going to be 3 days a week. But what I mean is journaling becomes a habit. Like, eventually you just start picking up, you know, the book and writing down. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything big. Like, you don't have to go into detail about everything or, like, write about your entire day. You can start off with things like how you were feeling that day, or go over, like, an event that happened or something you're excited about, you know what I mean? And it doesn't even have to be, like, an expensive journal. Like, I know so many people, when they start journaling, they're like, oh my god, I have to get the most, like, elegant journal ever. No, you can literally start with a journal from the dollar store and make it your own.
Well, I got my journal. Shout out to Chapters. I got my journal from Chapters, but it's so cute. The thing, I like this journal because the journal I have has like a little cardboard piece before the first like page, which means that there's no pressure like for the first page to be good. Because you know, like when you start a new journal or a new sketchbook, whatever it is, you feel like the first page has to be so good, so as soon as you open the book, it's perfect. Get a journal that has something on the page before so that you won't feel pressure to start the journal. Because if there's something on the first page, then you're like, okay, well, the first page is already done and I don't have to worry about it looking good. You know?
Yeah.
Because I know, even with starting sketchbooks, like I've always been like, oh my god, I'm so pressured for the first page to be good. So I always do a title page or something. But like this journal has been, it was like $10 from Chapters. Again, shout out to Chapters. I love it because I didn't feel I just started writing. I didn't feel pressure to make it look pretty or for the first entry to be good because there was kind of already something there.
Yeah, like my first journal was actually from Chapters as well, except mine was like $35, and I didn't even fill it out completely because I stopped journaling.
Yeah, mine was only $10, bestie. $35 for a journal.
It had like a lock and a key and everything. Yeah.
Did you lose the key?
No, it's attached to it.
Besides journaling, I love reading. I've always loved reading. My mom tells me that when I was a kid, I wouldn't be able to sleep unless there were books like lining my crib. So, read.
See, for me, it doesn't even matter like whether they're like books just have to be around me. Like, so I agree with you there. Like on my nightstand, I literally have a research journal that I use for school all the time. The first book of Hunger Games and my regular journal that I write in, and then I have an entire bookshelf of journals and books. It's like, it's fantastic. I just love books. Like,
I do too.
I don't really read as much anymore because I don't have time, but if I did have time, I would read a lot more.
Well, I've always loved reading. I'm reading a book right now. I've actually finished. I'm on book 4 of the series that I'm reading. I highly suggest it. It's called Spellslinger. But I have so many books that I have to read. So if you have time, I highly suggest reading. Because it is, especially for someone like me, if you have an overactive imagination, if you often find yourself getting caught up in worlds that are beyond our own, read. Or write. I like writing too.
Read, write, exercise. Literally, a good coping mechanism is anything that makes you happy. Any hobby of yours that makes you happy.
The thing with me is, my mind often likes to wander. I don't like being on this physical plane. I like to imagine worlds not our own. I don't want to imagine. I hate this world. I hate planet Earth.
Yep.
Earth sucks. Humans suck. I like to imagine worlds that involve magical creatures and magical people. And maybe for you, it's not magical creatures or magical people. Maybe for you, it's robots and aliens. Maybe it's like zombies. Maybe
what would my world be? That's actually kind of weird. Like, I'm trying to think. You know how yours is like magical? Like, what would mine be? Rich?
I don't know. Rich? Did you say rich? Yeah. Maybe yours is the Wattpad mafia boss.
No.
Either way, if you're like me and you often find your mind wandering, find coping mechanisms that allow you to do that. At least, because I love writing, so I like writing. I like reading, specifically fantasy books. Running, go for a run. Let your mind wander while you're listening to music. Imagine that special world you want to be in. Don't listen. While a lot of thoughts you may want to fight, because we don't always like thinking sad things. if you have a creative mind and you have a world in your head that you want to explore, just let it happen, because you don't know what that'll bring you in the future. It could bring you, it could be a way to help, like work through your own, like, problems. It may even help you figure out a career that you want to go in. So don't fight your mind. Yeah. Like, obviously, if you go to a therapist, listen to your therapist. Don't let your mind wander too much. Don't let it get in the way of your life. But also, don't fight, like, what you want to do.
I used to write stories as a kid, but they were never, like, fantasy stories. They were always, like, realism stories. Like,
well, maybe some people like realism. Maybe you do like this world. Maybe you do like humans. Maybe humans aren't all that bad to you. You know?
Humans aren't all that bad to me, she says.
I hate humans. I'd rather be a witch. Sorry about it.
For me, I definitely feel like, yeah, I'd say I'm more of the realism type. Like, when I think of stories, I think of, like, Shameless type of beats. You know what I mean? Like, I think of...
Yeah. Well, you know, think of... It's always an ideal world that you want... Don't fight...
No, Shameless is not my ideal world. Are you kidding me?
Don't fight...
Have you seen the movie Have you seen the show Shameless?
Well, listen. My world...
All you need to know...
in my world, too.
All you need to know about Shameless is that... Do you know about it?
Well, I'm thinking, like, it's a lot like Heather's, is it not? Except less murder.
I don't know how to put it. Basically, it's this girl named Fiona basically taking care of, like, what, 4 or 5 kids?
No, I'm saying it's chaotic like Heather's, right? It's just, like,
I guess, and then they're, like, poor, and they have, like, a bipolar mother. Anyway... That's what I think of realism. Like, when I were to write a story, I'd write about, like... No, because this is literally what I think about. If we were to write stories, your story would be, like, your fantasy story, right?
It's going to be. I'm going to do it. One day.
My story would be about, like, the struggles in, like, the lower class.
Exactly, but that's your way of... Exactly, so don't fight your imagination. Mm-hmm. Self-care is not fighting your thoughts... Unless they interfere with you. If they interfere with your life, that's a little different. But don't fight your imagination, because they can help not only you, but maybe other people one day.
You can embrace your thoughts, just as long as they're not, like, bad. You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, talking about thoughts, like, maybe this is too deep, but, like, what are some things that you've thought about yourself recently?
About me?
Yeah, about yourself.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. You know what? Tying back to what I was saying earlier, times I feel not like I'm, like, not that I want to die. This is not a Sophia wants to die talk.
It is this a Sophia wants to die talk.
No. Sometimes
She's
I don't feel
it.
No, shut up. Sometimes I don't feel like I belong on this earth, and not like in a, like, I like want to die way, but in, like, a...
You feel, like, not normal.
Yeah, kind of.
See, that's the same way that I kind of feel, but like...
I think we all feel that way a little bit sometimes.
See, I know that growing up, I always felt like there was something, like, different about me. Maybe that's because I wanted to be, like, a pick-me or whatever. But, like, growing up, like, even from a really young age, I was always like, why am I different from everybody around me? Like, why am I so different? And I think it's just because I matured a lot faster, and I matured at a younger age than a lot of people. So that's why I always felt like I wasn't normal, or I wasn't normal in my age group. Like, of course I'm normal, but it's like a lot of people I can, like, of all ages I can get along with, where it's, like, probably really hard for, like, a normal 16-year-old to get along with, like, a 60-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah. For me, like, what I've thought about myself recently was just... literally how to take care of myself. That's literally all it's been, because, like, since I'm so busy and, like, literally, if all I could literally tell you, this is literally what I've done for the past, like, week and a bit. All I've done is work and shower. That's literally it. All I've ever done is work.
Say shit.
No. I've literally worked and showered. That's all I've done.
I bought a candle.
Oh, no, I bought candles too. You're right. I bought a candle. And I bought some, like, fragrances.
It's Harvest Pomegranate.
Mine's pumpkin spice latte. How much
I have
whiter
a
can you
spice
get?
I have pumpkin apple.
How much whiter can you get?
I have a pumpkin apple one that I've had from last year and never lit.
It's so good though. It smells so good. I just don't the drink, so.
I've only had it once and I don't hate it. But you know what? Self-care is drinking pumpkin spice lattes if you like them.
I guess. So yeah, like another way, like I know as a teenager, like it's probably so hard to take care of yourself. I know for my, like, because the thing is, right, like when it comes to self-care, I feel like nobody ever tells us how to take care of ourselves, and we have to figure it out.
Different.
Yeah, right? So like we have to figure it out for ourselves, and that is so difficult, like different products to use for like skincare because everyone's skin is different. Or
listen, the thing with being a teenager is your skin is going to do what it wants to do. And sometimes no amount of products can fix that. So, just wait it out. It may be an uncomfortable time for you now. But sometimes actually physically painful. But, you know, it's not going to last forever. Don't be too hard on yourself. Besties, don't compare yourself to other people in your school because guess what? They're probably feeling just as insecure as you are. So I remember in grade 9, I looked around and I was like, everyone's so much prettier than me. Everyone's so much more attractive than me. But guess what? Everyone else is probably thinking that too.
See, that's the thing. I could talk about that for days because I remember in like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, everyone used to tell me how like ugly I was. Or like people would be like, oh, you only look good this way. Or people would be like, you're so like fat or whatever. And then comes 8th grade and I get like all of this attention.
Yeah.
And then like a bunch of people are like coming after me because I dyed my hair. Like it's blonde syndrome. That's literally what it is. I get into high school.
Should I go blonde then?
Literally. No. I thought you were blonde, Sophia.
Oh, right. I forgot I was blonde.
So, then yeah, in 9th grade...
Wait, you guys can just look at the Instagram and see that I'm not blonde. What if I take that picture down and Photoshop blonde hair on top of it?
Oh my god, you get like one of those hair color apps and you just like... So yeah, like in 9th grade, I was like pretty... The thing is like when I... Like going back to the normal thing, like when I always felt like I wasn't normal because like going into high school, I saw so many girls dressing a certain way and I personally never liked the way that they dressed. It was never my style. I never felt like I fit in with the style that was like normalized in our environment growing up or in high school because I personally never liked the style. But I still went with the style because I didn't figure out my own style. And I didn't know anything else.
Olivia went through a VSCO girl phase. And even though she hated when we told her she looked like a VSCO girl, she definitely looked like a VSCO girl.
Did I actually? No, like I'm actually so confused. I literally just wore my hair in ponytails and curled my hair. And my hair was
no, but you
like,
were wearing... You had like scrunchies on your wrists all the time.
I still wear scrunchies. I have a scrunchie in my hair right now.
But now you don't have like the look. You know, now you don't... Before, it was like... I think it was with the dyed hair, too.
Yeah, like, my hair isn't dyed anymore. It's more like
definitely
a wolf cut now.
Well, it was like... Well, you did dye your hair red recently. But, like, the thing... It wasn't like the ombre brown to blonde. Like, it was, like... And long. Like, your hair is shorter now.
Yeah.
It was definitely... You definitely had a VSCO girl feel. Your glasses, too.
See, the thing is like, I never really I never saw myself as a VSCO girl. I just wore what made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But everyone kind of dressed the same then.
That's what I'm saying, right? So, like, I went into high school, like, so insecure and so, like, grade 8, I had all this attention, whatever. But then, like, I was still, like, insecure because I saw so many people, especially in high school, wearing the same clothes. And I never really liked it, but I still, like, wore that clothes. And then in 10th grade, it was the same thing, blah, blah, blah. And then quarantine hit. And I was, like, figuring out my own style. I was experimenting. I was trying so many different things, right? And so...
Self-care is wearing what you want to wear.
Yeah. Self-care is expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself.
Yup.
Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. I was, like... was so insecure. But now I'm at a point in my life where it's, like, I'll wear what I want. I'll say what I want. I'll do what I want. And, yeah, I may still be insecure, but, like, I'm gonna own my insecurities, because what the hell?
The thing is, I wonder if the reason why everyone is so insecure nowadays is because we grew up in an environment where we weren't allowed to talk. I know a lot of us growing up were like, don't compliment yourself in front of other people. Don't say you look, if in front of family relatives, don't be like, I look good today, because you'll seem cocky.
See,
if everyone said freely around each other, like, hey, I look good, I like the way my hair looks today, then we'd be in an environment where, like, we'd all feel confident because we're all saying we feel confident.
So the thing is, right, like, growing up, I was never brought up in that environment. My parents were always like, or my mom more specifically, she said, be confident, not cocky. So I learned the difference. I can be confident. I can say that I'm good. I joke that I have like a really high ego. Like, for example, my mom will be like, oh, like you did this really well. And I'm like, yeah, because I did it. That's why I did it really well. You know what I mean? Like, I'll joke around with it. But like, be confident, not cocky. You could, like, the difference between confidence and cockiness is like you're trying to be better than another person. Confidence is just like you're happy where you are in your life. You know what I mean?
Like, the thing is, mine is a little different. I'll be at family events and I'll be like, my hair looks good today, right? And my mom will be like, Sophia, you're not supposed to compliment yourself. Or because I've said my hair looks good. So the thing is, I've always, now I started downplaying. Like, I've started pretending I'm insecure and being like, I think my hair looks good today. I think my makeup looks good today. I think my outfit looks good today. That I've started to say to my own head, too.
Yeah.
Like, I think I look good. I don't say I look good. I think I look good because all my life I was told that I have to not say that my hair looks good today. When, like, me saying my hair looks good today is not me being cocky. It's me saying my hair looks good today.
Yeah.
It's not me putting myself above anybody else. It's saying that my makeup looks good today. I did a good job on my makeup today. Me complimenting myself is not me being cocky.
You complimenting yourself should be such a normal thing.
Exactly. We live in a society where accepting that we're all beautiful is seen as cocky. Yeah. And that's just wrong.
We also grew up in such a time where we were surrounded by social media and models and all these different... Because you know the thing is, though, although we are growing up in such a time where things like there are plus-size models, like those are, you know, popular now, right? Like, that's...
As they should be.
That's being more inclusive, right? We also were, like... How do I explain this? Like, we grew up, we were raised... in a time where plus-size models was, like, unheard of. We were born in a time when plus-size models weren't really heard of. Until, like, I want to say, like, 5 years ago, like, plus-size models became, like, an in thing.
Well, the thing is, I grew up in an environment where my body... was the beauty standard. So, you know, while I saw myself represented in media a lot, because I am extremely skinny, and that's the way it was portrayed, especially when we were younger. That's all we saw. Mm-hmm. So I never felt outside, like, in that way. But whenever I complimented myself and said, like, my hair looks good, whether it has nothing to do with my figure... or even just was like, or like when I said, like, I answered a question right, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so smart. I was like about my own, like, mental, like, I don't know, about my own, like, person rather than my looks. I was still told that I was being cocky.
See,
like me saying I'm smart is not me being cocky.
It's not. We
should be able to compliment ourselves.
Yeah, we should be able to compliment ourselves.
Normalize complimenting ourselves. Complimenting yourself is self-care. What's in the mirror around people.
Like, think about it, right? If you're not allowed to compliment yourself, that means you're relying on other people for compliments, which means that you care what other people think about you, and you shouldn't care what people think about you. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, the last people's opinions that you should care about are other people. Like, you should not care about what people think. Because then you're putting yourself at this roadblock. You know what I mean? Like, you're blocking yourself. It's like a dead end from there. Because it's, like, so many people have said it, like, as soon as they stopped caring what people thought about them, as soon as they stopped giving people the time of day, that's when they flourished the most. That's when they went from that, you know, insecure to confident. Even a little bit of cockiness is okay. But don't make it to where like you make a hierarchy in like your friend group.
Yeah.
Or
no,
like
of course not.
Or you make like a hierarchy in like your environment. A little bit of cockiness is good, just confidence is better.
And once you see, like, think about it. When you see celebrities being like, oh my god, I'm so pretty. When you see people around you saying, oh my god, you're so pretty. I'm so pretty. Like, about themselves. Then you start saying, if you are a child and you are growing up and everyone's telling themselves that they're pretty, then you're going to think that that's what you do. So you are going to say, I am pretty. And you're going to grow up saying, I am pretty.
Because you're highly influenced.
You're going to grow up feeling pretty.
Yeah.
If no one says, I feel pretty about themselves, and you are left growing up, and no one around you is saying, I am pretty about themselves, then you are going to grow up thinking that you can't say it. And then, guess what? You're not going to think it.
Exactly.
So everyone, normalize saying that you are pretty. Normalize saying that you are smart. Normalize saying that you are a good person. Because guess what? That's what will make you those things.
Except if you're narcissistic, then you need help.
Well, yeah, but that's a whole other topic.
Don't be narcissistic, everybody.
Well,
don't turn your confidence into narcissism. How about that?
If you're narcissistic, I suggest going to talk to a therapist.
Or
I mean, because it's an actual, like, you know, it's not like a personality trait. I mean, it is a personality trait, but it's like not like a, like, you know.
Like
I don't want to say something out of line, because I don't want to say something that's accidentally offensive, because that's not what I mean. But narcissism is a whole other, like, trait that is not something that we deal with on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a narcissist,
get help.
Go talk to someone.
Get help. Self-help.
Nothing's wrong with
help
you,
self.
but go talk to someone.
Health Self.
Health Self.
Which I believe is Colleen Ballinger's book. But Miranda's book-ish. If that makes any sense. Anyway.
I read Lily Singh's book.
Really?
Superwoman.
Oh my god.
I'm out of my a long time ago. I'm out of that phase.
You know another thing that you should do to like...
Don't read self-help books, please. They're so annoying.
Yeah, and they don't actually really... You know what, though? Like, so you could read, like, a good book, and it could help you, but, like, majority of the time, like, a self-help book won't help you, because it's just giving tips
don't know what they're doing either.
Because, like, it's literally giving you tips from a perspective of somebody that has used those tips, and it's worked for them.
Me and Alex went to the thrift store, and we found a book that was called How to Please Your Husband.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a priority. Do not please a husband. You don't have to. You're not obligated.
I mean, obviously.
Nor are you obligated to love them. So.
But imagine me and Alex went to a thrift store, and I'm like, this is the book for me.
Anyway, like I was saying, another way to care for yourself is maintaining a sleep schedule. I think it's called a circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm, that's what it's called. So our circadian rhythms are our 24-hour cycles. It's like an internal clock, right? So one of the most well-known circadian rhythms is our sleep-wake cycle. So if you have a continuous cycle, you fall asleep around this time, you wake up around this time, you exercise, you have like a routine, basically, to put it plainly. You have a routine, it will be so much better for you because everything will become a habit and then you'll just do it by nature. So, like, having a regular sleep schedule, eating healthy, showering at a certain time, exercising at a certain time, that is really important. Falling asleep at a certain time, waking up at a certain time. Like, for me, I know that what I do is I usually fall asleep around 10:30, 11, wake up at 8:39, and then I shower around, like, 11:30, and then do whatever I have to do for the rest of the day. Right? Like, that's my routine.
I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and listen to Nickelback for an hour.
Oh, my God. Oh my god.
And then I follow it up with Baby Shark.
Oh my god. Why? And you follow that up with Industry Baby.
That I actually do listen to.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Lil Nas.
That's so scary.
He doesn't need our shout out. Lil Nas does not need our shout out.
Imagine. Oh
From
my
one
God.
not straight person to another. Shout out
Oh
to
my
Lil
gosh,
Nas.
Kanye finally released his album. I don't know if you knew that.
I don't care.
I don't listen to Kanye. He's a musical genius. But I would just want to say
Honestly,
that he's a musical genius, but like I
point-
don't listen to his music.
At this point, I don't even think the people that like Kanye care about that his album is out, because he's been freaking hyping his album up for so long that nobody cares anymore.
I guess
Nobody cares.
Self-care is listening to music that you
Self-care is avoiding Kanye West.
No, because Kanye's music is like, it's not bad. Like he's a musical genius. Like he's a really good
but
producer.
self-care is not watching Kanye West like sleep in the fucking wherever he's sleeping for a month and watching him perform in like weird suits that have spikes on them. That's not self-help. Self-help is avoiding
Anyway,
whatever that is.
If you like Kanye West, you like Kanye West. If that's your coping mechanism, listening to Kanye West, then that's your coping mechanism. It's better than punching a wall, so...
Okay, but if you're you know what? Yes. But if that does listening to Kanye West and watching Kanye West freaking sleep in that weird wherever, you know how he's like staying in that, like he lived in that place for a month.
I don't care that.
And then
I don't
he was
care
wearing
enough.
that spike suit.
I don't care
Kanye,
enough.
that is not self-help. Watching that is a cry for help.
I don't care enough.
Watching that 24-hour stream of Kanye West sitting in, I forget where he was staying, and then wearing that weird spiked suit, that is a cry for help. Call your friends.
Anyway,
touch some grass.
Another self-care tip is to never have expectations for yourself. You can have expectations, but don't make them so high to where they're like unreachable. You know what I mean? Like take it little by little, especially if you're like trying to do like have goals or whatever. If you have goals in life, if you have anything on your bucket list, like make little goals for yourself first, beat those, and then eventually you'll just gradually get to your big goal, because you can like at the beginning set, like let's say like for example for myself, I want to get fluent in a language. Instead of me being like I want to get fluent in the language, I'll be like, I want to learn this tense perfectly, or I want to learn 13 more vocabulary today. I don't know why 13, but anyway, just set little goals for yourself. Don't have expectations. You have all the time in the world. So
When I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to fly, so I jumped off my couch and hit
well, there's that. So don't do that.
And that plan failed.
Okay.
But I started little. I started jumping off my couch, and did I ever get very far? No, because I couldn't grow wings. But set realistic goals.
Okay, so after that comment, I think we're gonna end the podcast here, because there's literally like, that's the perfect way to end up this podcast. So Sophia wished that she could fly and she couldn't. Self-care is knowing be quiet. Literally be quiet.
Jumping off
be
your
quiet.
couch, hitting your head, and trying to learn how to fly.
Self-care is realizing that if you're stupid, you should stop doing stupid things. Okay. Anyway, Sophia.
Self-care is not making a podcast with an idiot.
Sophia.
Olivia, you made a mistake.
I know I did. I'm realizing it now. Okay. I'm realizing my mistake.
When did you realize it now, or did you realize when I made the Nickelback joke?
Way before that. I think when you said you were blonde, that's when I realized that I made this podcast with idiots.
Wait, how long is this episode?
60 minutes.
Okay, well, I would like to say, go follow our Instagram. We have an Instagram now.
We have an Instagram. We have a TikTok.
No posts on TikTok.
We have one thing on TikTok.
We do?
The same thing on Instagram. The preview.
Oh, right.
But see, the thing is, right now I'm working on a YouTube channel. I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna make a YouTube channel, because obviously we want like video clips, so we're gonna figure that out. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. We hope you take something from it, whether it's the fact that Sophia is fake blonde, or the fact that journaling is a good coping mechanism.
I feel like we talked about some good things in this podcast. I feel like we didn't. We also got off topic talking about Kanye West and
Donde está la album? And boom, he
but
dropped it.
If you can somehow get through this episode, I feel like you'll come out with something. What will that be? Probably not very productive, but guess what? You're coming for self-help. You're coming for self-help advice by two teenagers. What were you expecting?
Yeah, but I guess because considering we're going through this self-help phase and self-care phase and figuring things out with you, I hope, like, you understand that you're confused, so are we. You know?
Self-help is accepting who you are,
okay, so
making jokes, and you know what? humor is a coping mechanism, so sometimes you gotta use it.
This entire podcast is just supposed to be comforting. We're supposed to be comforting, you know? Whether that's from our jokes and stuff. If you get a laugh at a Sophia passing out, I did too, so...
I did too! I did too!
Anyway, that is all for today. That is all for today's episode. Listen in next week. Follow our Instagram. Follow our TikTok, share it with your family, share it with your friends, get vaccinated, wear your mask, stay away from COVID.
If I hear any of you using some kind of health condition as an excuse, when you don't actually have a health condition, I will show up at your house. Will I know where you live? No. Will I find out using my flying dragon?
That's a threat.
Yes. And
I think that's illegal, so I think you should stop
And I will
there.
give you popcorn. I will throw popcorn at your face, and that is not a violent threat. Therefore, it's okay.
If you open your mouth, you might get a popcorn in your mouth. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I'll use my flying dragon to rain snow.
This is when we stop. This is when we stop, and your overactive brain needs to become dormant.
This podcast is only for entertainment purposes only. I am not going to threaten anyone with my dragon, nor am I going to find your address and throw popcorn at you.
Your overactive brain, please go dormant. Please go dormant for 2 minutes.
That's not gonna happen, Beth.
Not you clapping when the audio is literally gonna like die. Why are you dancing? I wish you guys could see that she's shimmying. Oh my god. Okay, we're done.
Bye, guys.
We're done. Bye, everyone.